You're just pulling on that joystick like a freaking madman, aren't you? You have to be more subtle and refined, especially in the beginning, or in other words, your frustration is actually completely self-inflicted.
I can understand how tricky this game can be at first, but I can't grasp after 1 hour you couldn't realise that the speed of your rotation matched the speed of your movement after bouncing. If you want to move slowly, just tap the joystick to rotate slowly. You were just going full tilt all the time, complaining at the controls. It was a bit maddening, but I'm still glad you had a go.
To be fair, they weren't wrong. These were just some of the comments after my 8-bit Whizball battle video. And okay, look, I'd never played the game before. I always use my PS3 controller or the keyboard when playing on an emulator, when doing these 8-bit battles, and both have served me well, but not in this case. I guess the problem is that Whizball, right from the off, doesn't take shit gameplay lightly. It's one of the few games that actually gets easier as you progress. But I couldn't progress. So on I went, and I stand by my results. The C64 game though, it just felt like I was missing something, like I was doing something wrong. It was almost shouting at me, just calm the flip down, you knob. Now, the Spectrum version felt heaps worse. It was so sensitive. And that's why I put that third and put the Amstrad flick screen version second. I understand people don't like it for that reason, but it was just the easiest out of all three, which is why I regarded it better than the Spectrum version. Fair, right? Now, I was willing to leave things there, but these comments and some other comments that were suggesting that perhaps it was something to do with my setup or the emulation lag got me thinking I really need to master this game. Maybe I should give it another go, using a controller that's better suited for the game. Maybe actually just play it on a real C64 itself rather than emulation. If I still suck after that, then I just suck. So being a dedicated Spectrum owner in the 80s, I never owned a Commodore. Why would I if I had a ZX Spectrum? I have some nostalgia for it because I often went to friends' house and played their slightly superior games. But I was firmly in the Spectrum camp, so I never thought of owning one. Until Whizball made me think maybe I should. So off I went to Fleabay. Initially I was looking for the original bread bin purely because it's the OG and the one my friends had and the one I played back when I was younger. But prices for the bread bin were considerably more than the follow-up C64C. Also, I kind of like the look of the C64C. It was more Amiga-y. More like a cool computer than a different coloured VIC-20. So when I saw one for a reasonable price, I jumped at it. Now the seller said he'd got it to the boot screen, but other than that it was untested. One key was busted, it was a bit grubby and yellowed, but not in terrible shape. No PSU or cables, but that was fine, as I'd heard that the PSU was something that needed replacing anyways. So there she is. You can see the yellow keys, which are oddly the only sun damaged part of the front here. Maybe they've been replaced at some stage, or just a case of different plastics reacting to the UV differently. You can see here also the broken key, which at this point just feels like a missing spring, so hopefully we can get that replaced. But a quick look around the case, and it has a few scrapes and scuffs, but I'm generally really happy with it for 49 quid, providing of course that it works. Although he did say he got to the boot screen, so fingers crossed. The plot thickens underneath as the warranty sticker has been broken, so someone has been in here before, which always worries me, as for what reason were they in there? At least it has 2 matching stickers with the matching serial numbers, so we can compare that to the serial number inside at least. Here is the only other item in the package, the original user manual. That looks brand new. A little bit of bedtime reading here then. So it's time to grab a beer and a knife from the kitchen, as I don't have one of those key picker things. And let's get these keys off. If you've ever wondered what 35 years of crud look like, this is your lucky day. And here are all the key springs, with the spacebar one put to one side so I don't mix it up. In preparation for some retro brighting, I give all the keys a good soapy wash in hot water, before painstakingly brushing each key with the peroxide solution. Once all the keys are done, covered with cling film to slow down the peroxide from drying out, and then it's out in the garden for a bit of October sunshine. I'll be checking and touching them up every 4 hours or so, and I'm hoping a couple of decent sunny autumn days should do the job. Whilst the sun is doing its thing, let's turn our attention to the rest of the computer. Undoing a few screws at the bottom, the top unclips to expose 2 screws that hold the keyboard in place. It's all a bit grimy in here, so we want to get the case free so we can give it a good scrub. Removing the RF shield from its metal clasp reveals something rather alarming. It's clearly taken a bit of water damage. Maybe a cup of tea or coffee spilled over the C64 at some point. My worried face is starting to appear. I unscrew the main board and see that it's a late revision B board, which were also known as short boards. Commodore were cutting costs at this time, so it can be interesting to see as to what you might find in your C64C. Mine is in need of a good clean. I haven't got any compressed air, but I'll give it a good wipe down as best I can and clean up any contacts. The metal surrounds the expansion port is a big worry though, as it's really rusty. The serial number on the top also doesn't match that was on the outside sticker. This wasn't uncommon though, so it doesn't really tell us anything definitive. So a really good scrub of the top and bottom parts of the case, and a really good wipe of that keyboard. And here she is, everything clean, RF shield chucked, and she's ready for her newly retrobrighted keys. I bought a refurbished key set for the spring, the one that goes. And with everything done, it's time to put all the keys back on. And here is the finished computer. Compared to the photo in the eBay listing, I think it's safe to say it's come out really well. So, I have a desk, I have a CRT, which I already had, and I have a clean but untested C64C. So my next purchase is a modern PSU. Now this turned out to be a bit of a minefield. I went for this one from Retro Lemon on eBay in the end, links will be in the description, as it was the cheapest one with free postage. It was still more than the C64C itself though, so be mindful of that if you're looking to buy a C64 yourself. My next purchase was equally as important. My go-to joystick back in the 80s. The Competition Pro. Now this was sold as tested and working, and after a few failed bids on others prior, I was really happy to snag this one at a reasonable price. My spending was far from over though, as I needed to get a way to get the games loaded onto my C64. I went for this 3D printed SD2 IEC and fast load cartridge combo that plugs into the back of the C64C using the expansion and serial ports. I like this offering as it came with everything, including the SD card already configured, so it just should be a case of copying the games to the required folder and off we go. And finally, a composite cable that connects to the video socket on the rear of the C64C. Oh, and of course, every desk needs a boombox and a lava lamp also, right? So here we are then, finally playing Wizball on our Commodore 64 using a Competition Pro joystick. So I'm using my capture card here so that I can record my footage. But yep, no emulation for me this time round. And has it made any difference? Well, to be honest, I don't know whether emulation versus real hardware makes much of a difference and whether I could really tell any lag, but the choice of controller certainly does make a difference. This joystick is so much easier than the PlayStation 3 controller for this game. I've instantly got much more control over the slight touches that you need to rotate the Wizball when you're bouncing around like a knob. So instantly I'm off to a better start. Now this isn't my first game. I had a couple of practice games first before videoing it, but yeah, it's a really nice experience. So I'm taking some of your tips and tricks. Oh, Jesus Christ, I nearly died then. Along with me. Staying low to the ground here, underneath the sort of ground level, means you can't get shot. These bouncing buggers, though, are annoying. Well, oh. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. How did I die there? I was pretty much sure I was shooting it. Okay, well, let's just show you my improved... Let's just get out of this bit. So you just... Sometimes you need to give it a bit of spin sometimes to get out, and then... Yeah, I've got so much more control over it now. Just these, so... I pretty much go for getting the cat first each time. Once I've got the got rid of the spin, because then obviously once you've got the cat, then you can pick up the paint, and then it's useful to get the kind of ray shot thing that comes out of your top and bottom. Or if for some reason I forgot to do that last time. Something I do slightly struggle with is sometimes losing some of Cat's lives on the collecting the paint because I haven't shot them in time, but I'm getting better at that. But sometimes it can be very random how many enemies you have and how difficult it is to collect that red paint. We nearly got it all. That one's going to get me. See how many enemies are here knocking about. This little git here can bugger off. And there we go. So yeah, first level done. Oh, I've got the bonus level there. I've got to pay attention. Now, oh jeez, if you had epilepsy, you're in a right old state here. I do notice in these bonus levels that I get cramp playing with this joystick. I don't think I ever suffered from that when I was a kid, but yeah, if I'm doing constant shooting, my thumb starts to ache. I guess that's a 50-year-old problem as opposed to a joystick problem. I'm doing alright here. It's normally these rocks that kill me. Not a bad start. Not entirely sure what he's doing to that cauldron. I mean, obviously he's getting rid of the paint, but here we are. Look at our beautiful red world. Let's collect. Oh, look at these. We'll get these. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's loads of these. See, I don't like it when they're up close like that together, because then I'm not killing myself trying to get them. I don't mind these circle ones, these are okay. Oof, that was a bit foolish. I tend to be a bit more gung-ho when I'm recording, because I'm conscious of length of time for the video. So obviously I'm not going to complete the bloody game. There we go, I've got both of them there. Use my down blaster thing. It's pretty cool. But surely I've got to get some more in that red pot before I move on to other levels. So I don't think those ones shoot anything, do they? I'm also learning about the different coloured paint drops that could cause you problems, because I thought I had a bug in a previous game where everything started going black, but apparently I'd picked up a black paint spot, which is something I was unaware of. So that threw me a curveball, because then you've got to find can't remember which colour it is now. You've got to find another one to get rid of the blackout bit, which can cause you all sorts of problems. I think with this game, as long as you're massively patient and don't do anything too gung-ho, you can pretty much stay alive. I'm being a little bit gung-ho by just shooting these in the middle of the screen and not ducking down and avoiding them. I'll let them get past me. Okay, what happened there? Did he shoot backwards? Oh, you see, and that's the other thing as well. Once you've got to the wizard in the first level, you can then choose which of the ones at the top you want to keep forever. So it makes the game easier. It's genius. So I don't ever have to worry about complete horizontal and vertical madness. Only one of them, which makes it so much easier when you die. Brilliant. Now some people get the cat as their forever go-to, because it is quite annoying if you do lose him. Because obviously you can't pick up any of the paint, and then you've got to try and find more of these weird DNA things. But I'd much rather have more movement with me Wizzball. So yeah, what do you think? I mean, I'm definitely better, right? Okay, I'm hoping that some of the people that left me comments like "you're crap" in the previous video come back and say, yeah, you're right, you're much better at it. You seem to have got a grasp of it. You're not brilliant, but it's more watchable. And to be honest, I freaking love this game. I mean, I really love this game. How did the colour kill me? So yeah, so that's Wizzball on my C64C. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I certainly have. I'm off to play some more. I'm going to put my name in the Hall of Fame. Please like and subscribe if you like this and you want to see some more. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.